Quantaphi creates a field for healing and consciousness. This is very important, not only for healing. You are really connected to this unified field, and it brings order and coherence in the body. And it works through 3 levels. The first level is the plasma light. And the plasma light is a very high frequency light, and it brings really the light into the body, into the cells of the body. And we all know that the cells communicate through light. And when there is enough light in a body, the communication is good. This is one layer, plasma light. The next layer is the Tesla coil, the scalar wave. This is a waveform which is very supportive for the body for regeneration and relaxation. And all our electric devices, they have a waveform which really disturbs the body in the relaxation. And the scalar wave is really, it's like a pumping energy. Also, when we speak, it's the same waveform. It's like this pumping movement. And yeah, it supports the body to heal also, of course. And the third level is an app. They created an app, Flame in Mind. And then I can add specific frequencies, healing frequencies in the healing field.
Okay, so you can change that via the app. So you can basically have this, and then you can change the like either the modulation of the light or the current moving through the device to allow for a change in frequency or latitude.
I add the frequency. The light is one, then the scalar wave, and then I add a specific frequency, and it all comes together in one field.
Okay, wow.
And they found out that every part of the body has a specific frequency, a healthy frequency, every organ. And when there is an illness or there's an aging process or there's pain, then the frequency is lowered.
Yes.
And through these frequencies, I inform the body, hey, you can lift a little bit up. The frequency is too low. And yeah, you can really add a lot of different frequencies also for the chakras, or yeah, different frequencies for the symptoms the people come to me. I don't work on a medical level because I'm not trained in this, but I'm an energy healer. So I work with frequencies.
Yeah.
And it's amazing how good this works also to add when people come with specific pain or illnesses, to add specific frequencies.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's
this
really
is the whole setting from the Quantaphi.
The Quantaphi. So basically, the technology. What I was remembering. Have you ever seen the violet wands from the 1920s?
The violet ones? No.
Yeah, so it's basically during the 1920s. I believe it's another Tesla invention. So when I was kind of looking at that, because you were talking about the Tesla coils. So in the 1920s, they had this device. And the reason I know this device, because it was recommended during the Casey readings, who everybody's listening, that, I'm a fan of the Casey's work. And it was part of specific diseases that they were used to treat this violet wand, because it would have this current moving through it and it would produce this light frequency, this plasma through these glass tubes. And I just thought when I saw your device, because it's almost the idea where it has these two large, well, not large, but these kind of medium-sized towers, electrodes with these large kind of flask-like tubes that are producing this light frequency. And it looks like something right out of space. Like, it's like an episode of Star Trek or something like that, where you put you in between these two things. And this light emitting. So it reminded me of that same technology because it uses a handheld Tesla coil. And that was producing it. And I thought, wow, that's really cool. That's just taking some of that information. Now, is this...
They were studying, sorry. They studied all these technology from Tesla and Rife. There are a lot of guys who already invented, as you just said, technology like this. Paul Harris and Dan Winter, and they really studied all these devices and created out of this their new device, Therify and Quantaphi.
Yeah. So it is portable, right? The device. I know it's very delicate because it seems like there's the glass things you don't want to.
It's very delicate. It is portable. Yes, it is portable, but we don't do that. We just invite people to come to our practice.
Mhm.
But it is portable. Yes.
Okay.
Because you have these two tubes and the two Tesla coils. But yeah, I have the feeling, the healing field is here. We have a practice room, and from 2020 to now, I really feel also the increase of frequency here, because we are using the Quantaphi a lot, 2 times a week for us. And the clients who came to us, this changed our room and also the surrounding. It also works on the ley lines. So it's quite amazing, because it's affecting everything here.
Yeah, it's almost like, I had to, on an earlier podcast, I had a Dr. McNamara from the United States, and we talked about tachyons and scalar waves and stuff like that. And he's a medical doctor who kind of, had his awakening, and he started, being introduced to all this different stuff. And he actually has a tachyon chamber, which is very similar in the idea, the concept of using this frequency and light and energy and moving it through that. And him being a medical doctor, I asked him, it's like, so what kind of results? And he says, listen, there's some crazy stuff that happens in that room. And it's hard for the lay person who maybe comes to you that's not as sensitive, because I know you know me, we're both very sensitive people. We understand the energy. That's part of being a healer, right? So we're a little more in tune with the energy that around us. Yeah. But for the lay person, when they get in that, from my understanding, is that they kind of walk away like, okay, I know something happened, but I don't know what happened, but I feel better.
And that's what we do. We make open practice, or we make events where people can come and try out, because you can talk a lot about this technology, but the best is to feel it.
Yeah, hands-on.
To really perceive this field, and a lot of people also, which were very critical, they were relaxed, they've had more energy. So the best is really to try out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's always important, right? I mean, I always say you have nothing to lose and everything to gain. And I mean, if it's the one thing, that's why I love doing the show, because it could be one modality that works for somebody that really gravitates to them, and something may not. But I always say there's that one individual who may be listening in Europe and can travel to Germany there and try it out. But the great thing about it, you have a remote protocol, which is great too. So if somebody's listening in the US, wants to try it out. Now, is this invention, is it a German product? Is it developed in Germany, or was it developed in Geneva?
Paul Harris, I think he's from Canada.
Oh, no, it's a Canadian product?
Dan Winter is from America.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So where was it actually purchased? Was it purchased in the US?
It was purchased in Canada.
Oh, no way. That is so crazy.
I don't want to make a fault, but I think it's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. That's amazing. Would it be out of Montreal? Was it out of Montreal or Quebec? Do you know? Or BC? I have to
ask my husband. My husband would know it, but I don't know it.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, we'll find that information out. I'll make sure we have that in the episode description. Don't worry. We'll leave you hanging out there. If everybody will go, I want to pick up one of these machines. But I just find it so interesting when you can actually have this ability to help people and help them heal with a new way that's really non-invasive. And I think that's one of the nice things about it, because people, when they're in their healing process, you're vulnerable. And you're at that raw stage where you're just looking for something to help you. And anybody who's been through the medical field knows how invasive it can be. It sucks. Listen, I've been through it this past year, and it totally sucks. And And I fully understand. So having something that's a gentle and allows for that to do. But how many treatments does actually it take for somebody to kind of feel the benefits of the Quantaphi machine?
I would love to say something also. People who went through really severe illnesses, afterwards, there's often a lack of energy and a lack of, and in this case, the Quantaphi is like it's charging up the battery.
Wow.
I have some people also with cancer who come here and really recharge the system, because yeah, it's been a lot. It's been a lot for you, and I know when you go through all these processes, it's really a lot for the body, for your emotions, for the psyche, and then there is the life energy is a bit exhausted, and
Yeah.
this Quantaphi is really very brilliant to recharge the battery of your system.
Okay. So obviously we talked about the idea of helping the physical body, but this awareness of increasing consciousness too as well. So that really, I like that idea, because the idea of developing your consciousness to connect deeper to the spirit world and to have that more deeper connection. Have you found that your clients have, I wouldn't say like a deep spiritual waking, but they have more of awareness of their own spirituality and maybe have connected deeper to the divine in some ways?
Yes, I would say so. Some people have some experiences here that they see spirits, or they connect to some energies. They get calmer, so they get more centered, and so they can easier listen to the soul. And the most experiences in this way I have with this remote healing, because when I have somebody remotely, it's easier for me to read somebody.